Can we start? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Chatterbox. This is Tina Simone, and this is the third in our series. Now, you may notice a little person on the side right here, special guest, but before we get into that, you look down or to the side or above, and you'll see all the ways you can contact us. Our Facebook page, Chatterbox, or you can contact us on Twitter, as well as, like again, YouTube, because this vlog, ChatterVlog, will also be on YouTube. You'll be able to see it on our Facebook page as well, and the links to Twitter. So, you know, remember, with us, it's about a conversation. Hashtag, it's about a conversation. Should not work with me right, you know. So anyway, we're so warm.
That's going to be no. Wait, are we recording?
Oh, duh. Yes, we're recording. So we are live and direct right now. So get with the program. Relax, man. Relax, man. So before we get her, she's all nervous right now. But I'm so happy to have my wonderful, beautiful, beautiful guest right beside me. But before that, let me tell you, beautiful. She would kill me. And you know, people, I think she didn't want me to pay her, you know, but she not gonna. Oh, if you don't want to, I'm gonna give her some little props right here now. So listen, today we are going to have a discussion, and right beside me will be our young counselor. What name? No, you know, we're all about the rights of a child, so I'm really going to right now protect her identity. So we're going to have an alias. So what should we call you in our little vlog today?
Leandra.
Can you hear her? Could you say it for the people there?
Leandra.
Leandra with an attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to call Miss AKA Leandra, or I will shorten it for Lily, because I don't know why she took that the long name. Now, what we want to chat about today? We're going to chat about relationships, and we're talking about relationships, man and woman relationships, serious relationships. What is that? Rain fly, my girl, rain fly.
Rain fly in a studio. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, in a makeshift studio. Girl, rain don't fall, don't go anywhere. No. Now.
We have to video this over here.
Not at all. We're not going to video it over. This is we chatting. So anyway.
Yes, we are.
We want to talk about, that's okay. We want to talk about relationships where one partner, you know, has, how old are you?
10 years old.
Has a 10-year-old adult as a child. You know, the preteen roll in the eyes thing, because, you know, the person who is coming into that context. So let's look at it. Since Lily right here is a girl, we can do our role playing right here, like daddy and mommy are not together, and Lily is really attached to mommy and daddy, and I would think that you want both parents to be happy, right? So now I kind of want to hear our perspective from a child, you know, how they would probably feel about daddy, you know, this person coming into daddy's life. And in fact, if it gets even serious, I'm gonna leave the rain fly them now. If it gets even serious as to marriage and step and stuff. So what better way than to ask a child the do's and don'ts? But before we continue, tell us, Lily, a little more about your cute, adorable self. And by the way, Lily is a contestant in the Mini Miss Portmore competition. When will the competition be held? You don't know when the competition is. No, May.
May at the Southborough Primary School, which is a school.
Yes, a school in Portmore. Yes. So look it up. Of course, we're protecting her identity, so she's Lily right now. But if you are impressed by her, please come and support her. You'll just have to guess who she is, right? I don't know how I'm going to do that. So tell me a little bit about yourself, and why did you enter the competition? Yeah, wait, all right, let me just start. So why enter the competition? Like, why are you in Miss Sport more?
To
Just tell me.
win.
Oh, to win. Stupid question, right? So what you want to what you want to be when you grow up?
A gymnast.
Why?
Because I love gymnastics.
You sure you're not going to change your mind soon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We are going to hold her to that. No, I don't know if ChatterBox will be here for the next 10 years, but we will see 2019 and that time if she's going to be serious. So you're doing anything, are you involved in gymnastics right now, or you intend to be involved? Can you hear her?
Intending to be involved.
Thank you. No. I have some questions for you. And really, I'm approaching you as one person to another, asking for advice. All right? So basically, hello, you can come in. Yeah, so we're having a conversation. Remember, I'm the chatterbox. Now, say you have daddy and mommy are not together anymore. Okay? So, yes, we know for a lot of young people that may be a sad situation. But that happens, don't it? Don't it? Yeah, it happens from time to time. Now, you're close to one parent, mommy or daddy. Choose which one you want me to do. Okay,
Daddy.
let's use daddy. No, you're daddy's little girl, aren't you? If you can figure out what she means, I think she means yes. Just nod. Yes? Okay. So now, and what would you like for daddy? In terms,
the best.
What does that mean? What do you think is the best for him?
Him to be happy.
Oh, okay. All right, to be happy. Now, a lady comes into the picture, and daddy comes and said, Lily, I want to go to Emancipation Park with you. Okay, and you go like, yeah, let's go to Emancipation Park. And then he goes, I'm going to carry someone. I want you to meet someone. What do you think you would? So let's role play now. So I'm daddy. Lily, you want to go to Emancipation Park with me and we can get some ice cream and thing? Yeah, man. All right, no problem. You want to go Saturday?
Sure.
All right, okay. I want to carry somebody. I want to carry a lady along with us. Is that okay with you?
Who is she?
Well, it's somebody I was, we've gone out a few times, and I really like her. I really like her a lot because I wouldn't want you to meet her unless I really liked her a lot. And I kind of just want to see if she's somebody that you would like to. What do you think about that?
Okay.
All right, so we're out of the role play now. So you go, okay. So how you really feeling at that moment when daddy said that to you? Okay, I shouldn't ask you how you feel because it's not about how you feel. We want your advice. What do you think is the best thing that lady can do when you go out together? And what do you think is the worst thing that she could do? So one, a really good thing that she could probably do. So to the top of the camera, right, the clock, right this up. Yes. What do you think is a good thing that she can do when you first meet her and you get in the ice cream and stuff? And what do you think is something that is the worst thing that she could do? So let's start with the great thing that she could probably do that you would say, let me give her some points. You need some time to think about it?
No.
Okay, what do you think?
I think.
And we're talking to Minimis Sport. We're talking to Minimis Sport, who's very articulate and bold. So what you saying again? Say it again.
I think she would buy me ice cream.
She would buy. That would be what? One of the best things she could do.
Okay. Or talk to me nice.
What would be a nice way to talk to you as opposed to a not so nice way to talk to you?
Like, approach me well, properly, have manners, please, at least.
So she has to have good manners, approach it properly. That is what you mean by approaching it properly. And probably buy ice cream too. You give her some points. Now, what could she possibly do that would be a big mistake for you?
Deciding to marry daddy.
Well, that's a date, you know. Remember, this is just the first date, like you're just meeting her. They don't really talk about that. This is somebody that he has been dating for a little while. But, oh, you're saying that that first date, the worst thing she could do is what? Then how you would know that she decided to marry daddy?
Daddy tell me.
Oh, so what are you saying? That if it's the person that you're just meeting, just meeting, and you go for the first time, the worst thing that could happen is that they will tell you there that what? Why would that be bad?
What if I don't like her?
Serious thing. So here is point number 1 from Lily. Don't introduce your partner to your child when you decide to get married. You're saying that you need some time to get to know the person to... Exactly. So springing it on to a 10-year-old, 11 or 12-year-old, is it fair? No. Okay. So that would be the worst thing, people. So listen, she has told us. Don't tell her at that point that you're going to get married. That is not the time to introduce her into your family circle. And the best thing you can do is what again? Buy her some ice cream. Approach her properly, which is have manners. You know, maybe her tone, how she talk to you. Show some kindness and yes. Right? Now, if you think that she was pretending, but guess what? If she wants to make daddy feel good, don't she can pretend? Would you be able to tell if she can pretend, if she's pretending or not?
Wait, but what if we're alone at home one day and then she approached me back?
Oh, so you kind of find out soon enough if she's being real.
Then daddy probably won't believe.
Oh, so that's another fear. So when we're moving on now, so we're moving on further in the relationship because Miss Lily, you know, gone to being at home alone with one of the persons or with the important other. So you are saying that some other things that could happen would be that when daddy is not around, that the person treats you differently. And then when you tell daddy, he may or may not believe you. You think daddy would never believe you? Do you think the daddy that you have, would he believe you? What do you think?
Yeah.
So it could happen though for any other children that maybe something happens to them and then they tell the parent and they don't know. So those are one of the concerns. All right. Now, what about them reaching the point? So you get to know this person, probably even a year, right? Some things you like, some things you don't like. But generally you give them 80%. Them get that A, right? Then they come to you now. Suppose daddy had the intention to marry her. What do you think is the best way for you to be told this? Who should tell you? I'm the man. Who should tell you? Oh, she playing with the puppy. Not no. Who should tell you and how should they tell you? Like paint a picture of what you think is the best way that could happen. You like the person. This is a person that you like. 1 and 2 times them do some things that boy. But you kind of give them an A minus, at least, or a B plus. What would be the best way for them to let you know?
Tell me after I know them properly.
Yeah, man, so I'm saying it is a year now. 1 year after that first time that you meet the person at their house, you see her from time to time, you go out from time to time, she spends some time with you and daddy at home, and then everything kind of all right, you know? And daddy looks, most importantly, daddy looks happy. All right? My girl, you see, she can't even smile. Them little young people are seriously. Anyway, so how you think would be, what do you think would be the best way for you to know that?
It depends.
All right, well, what do you mean?
We could go out and then she tell me, first ask me.
Hold up! Hold up! She needs to ask. Okay, she needs to ask you what, my love?
If I want that.
If you want what?
Them
to be married. Okay. So she needs to ask you. Next, what else? So you said it depends.
Explain why. Yes.
Why do people get married?
And promise. Keep promises.
Keep promises. Is homegirl fixing her clothes and looking in the then vein on top of serious face? Anyway, so I don't understand the promises part.
Like she said she will treat me nice all the time. She should keep the promise.
Okay. So you think like going out perhaps? And okay. Okay, you're not a part of this. Okay, so going out. What would be the worst way for you to, well, we don't even have to do that. All right, so they get married. Suppose now, all right, so what would you want to do in terms of the wedding? Would you want to do anything? The thing is not. Why not?
Depends if I like her or if I don't like her.
Yeah, okay, reasonable. All right, so if you don't like her, you kind of wouldn't want to do anything. But suppose daddy would be happy if you did something and you don't like her. How would you handle that? You'd still tell him, what would you say to daddy?
I would say no, I don't like her and I don't want to be that person that I'm not.
So you're going to be honest about how you feel?
Yeah.
Talk right this way. Yeah, look over there. Right this way. Yes. You're going to talk about how you feel. All right. And suppose daddy says, okay, but I'm really sad about that. Would you change your mind? And what about if he says, you're doing it? You're doing it! I don't care what you say, you're going to do it because you're my daughter and you're supposed to be in my wedding. That's it.
I'm going to say if I don't want well, I don't want to do it and I don't want to be a part of it, then I shall not come. I'll stay with my biological mother.
Okay, you said it, girl. All right, one last train of thought in terms of that.
Stop.
You have anything else? So remember, you're an advisor. So what it is that you are giving advice to all our ChatterVloggers as from a child perspective about people getting into relationships where one party has a child. So let us recap. You're saying in terms of introducing the person, it's very important. Don't wait till you're ready to get married, right? You must, at some reasonable point when perhaps daddy feels serious about the person, serious enough about the person. Secondly, you have to approach them properly. You must have manners. Don't pretend, because she won't find out. They're going to find out if you're pretending. Are you with us? Yeah, man. Right. And what else? What other advice did they give now? Oh, if your child tells you of an uncomfortable situation when you left her or him alone with your other half, you are to do what? Listen to them. Take it very seriously. Then let me ask you something. You don't like her. you not like her, or the boy don't like the new lady in his dad's life, and you want daddy and mommy to daddy and the person to split off. You couldn't tell lie upon the person. Daddy.
I wouldn't do that.
No, but you wouldn't do that. We're not talking about Lily here. But couldn't children try that?
Well, if the father believes them, then that's a big trouble. Cause confusion, this accusation, and lying.
So that's a whole heap of trouble. That is true. If it's not true,
it can get the person into a lot of trouble.
Who?
Depends on what lie you tell. If you say that the abuser, the person can go into jail.
Oh yeah.
If they try to kill you or something like that. It all depends on what lie you tell. But for me, I wouldn't.
Of course not. This is an upstanding young citizen of Jamaica. No, you would not do that. But children can do that. So how would daddy know? It's about who he's supposed to trust. Trust his child or trust his spouse. And there's no witness. There's nobody there to say, yes, I did see.
Well, you could, if the person can't look into the person's eye and say that, probably, or if they're very good lie, I don't know how that's going to be. They can just look in the eye and tell you a straight lie. I'm not sure about that. I'm not one of them.
Yeah. So in fact,
and so if they can't look in the eye, that's a lie. And if they try to change the story when they are around the adults, they these two stories aren't making up to what is happening. So that's a lie. And then probably if the father does not forgive the child, he can lose his trust in the child. Probably not want the child around him, depending on what father it is.
Yes. Yeah. Good. So that's advice to the children in that situation. Don't tell a lie.
So if you want your parents to believe you, don't tell a lie.
That is always good. Now, what if the child was honest and the spouse and the partner of the person to be and perhaps the to-be wife or husband did actually take a board and just slap them, although by the time that they come home, there's necessarily no mark. You never do away where it could mark and there's no evidence. And you tell, and you're in the situation, the child is in the situation, and the partner says, nothing like that happened. This child is lying. They don't like me, and that's why they say those things.
If you claim that your hand is hurting you or where the person hit you, and they carry to the doctor and they say a fractured bone, then that could be true.
Suppose the bone no fracture. Suppose it don't swell up enough. And in other words, there's nothing for the child to say.
Well, no. If you go to the child can call police, and if a child call the police and tell them that the first person they will believe is a child, because a child is telling the story, so they're not there. So the first person they would probably believe is a child. So the person who actually did the action to the child would get in trouble.
Yeah, it's just that suppose in that case the father doesn't know if he's to believe the partner or not. What advice would you give to, if you are in the situation and something happened to you, the person did something bad to you, and then you tell daddy, and you see that daddy is confused, like, how could you? And then when he confronts the person says, no. How could you help daddy at all in this situation, or he'll have to help himself?
Well, if you know me for a lot of years, from I was born and you know me very well growing up, I'd advise you trust the child. Well, depending. I wouldn't really give that advice.
I think you're right, you know.
Children.
Yes.
Cheeky.
Yes, but I agree with you because listen, if the child is telling a lie, there's a problem. Because if the child feels that I need to break up this relationship because I don't like this woman or I don't like this man, the child is having a problem.
This sounds like something is the show that we were watching.
Me and you watch show? I don't know, you little girl. Lily. Anyway, tell me which show is that?
The one with the stick.
And she did that, and her scars disappear every time the children got.
Yeah, and the children tell lies because one of the episode.
Yes.
What's the name of the show again?
I don't remember. But I know which show you're talking. But in that Nanny McPhee.
Yeah, Nanny.
Yes, but in Nanny McPhee, when they told a little lie, did she run to the father and say, they're lying? No, she let them fall on their own lie. Or they got the consequences of telling the lie all on their own. So the advice to the adults in the situation, you need to be an adult. And daddy or mommy, if you even find out, and this is what I'm getting from you, and this is what I would take away from it as an adult. If your child is even lying, the fact that your child has to lie, it means that the child has a problem that needs to be addressed. And you need to get to the matter. So even if they find out that the child lied, should you punish the child or try to find out why?
Try to find out why the child would lie. Well, you have to find out. First, you have to find out, as I said. Oh, and another reason before they decide to get married is to ensure that the child is comfortable with the person. Okay. Because they can tell lies. They don't like the person. To get them out of their lives.
But you do understand, though, that marriage would involve the child in terms of that union, but when you have the wedding ceremony and stuff, who is promising what to who?
I don't understand that.
The marriage, when you get married, let's call it, when you get much older, like 50, okay?
Jesus.
Why are you praying on my ChatterVlog? Anyway, when you're 50 and you decide to get married,
make it 25.
25.
Jesus.
Don't say to Jesus one more time, please.
Crisis.
No. Are you praying? People, I'm going to have to. No, I'm not going to black that out. So she thought, listen, if that's 25, when you see them on TV, who is saying vows to who?
The both of them saying vows to each other.
Yes. So who is getting married?
The both of them.
Yes. And in the wedding thing, I think they're talking about families coming together as well. So that is also a very important part. So if you're in a relationship and you're having issues in terms of your partner's children, really and truly, you think that this should be sorted out at least comfortably first before you get married? Or is it something that it don't matter if you get married or not, it's still something to sort out? What is your advice on this?
It doesn't matter if it wait, what was the last one?
Tune me out, people.
I did not. Stop accusing me.
I'm sorry, darling. What I'm saying is, should it be sorted out not before they get married or after they get married? Because suppose it takes 10 years to sort out, they must wait 10 years before they get married.
They have to start it when before marriage and after marriage. They have to
work at it.
Yeah, they have to work on that.
All right, you have been a gem. Are there any final words you want to say? Are there any shout outs you want to say to my ChatterVlog viewers?
I have one solution.
To what?
Please do not lie to your parents, and adults, please do not lie to, well,
your partner
or your children. Because this can cause a lot of confusions, as I said earlier. It can cause a lot of confusion and problems in the relationship. So if you want to keep your trust in someone, I will not advise you to tell a lie.
Oh, I don't know, you know. I don't know this little miss. I just drag her over the street and she told me she's been in the sport board I was talking about.
Oh, no, you did not.
Okay, Miss Lily, you have been a gem. So is this something that you can chat to me once in a while on ChatterVlog?
Sure.
And you just, yeah, all right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And guys, tell us what you think about what we are talking about. Just, is there anything else you have to add, or what you don't agree with, or what you agree with? And I will tell Miss Lily, Miss Minnie Portmore contestant, May 26th, Southborough Primary School. ChatterVlog will be there. Because ChatterVlog don't have no choice in the matter. All right? Signing out. Peace.
Bye.
And remember hashtag it's a conversation. 1, 2, 3. Hashtag 1, 2, 3. Hashtag it's a conversation. 1, 2, 3. Hashtag it's a conversation. It's a video.